You're listening to KRZA 88.7 FM Alamosa, Colorado to Taos, New Mexico, 98.7 FM in Saguache, Colorado, and streaming online at krza.org, connecting cultures along the upper Rio Grande.
You're listening to The Phone Booth today. We're talking health with certified specialists Guadalupe and Laura. Please enjoy, feel free to give feedback, art.pera88@gmail.com.
My name is Laura Hemmen. I am a holistic and spiritual coach. I love to help people up-level their lives at the holistic level, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I find that through detoxification and helping the body find homeostasis once again, that is the best way possible. So I focus on detox, which I am a detox specialist. I'm an essential oil guru. That one has my heart. I know a little bit about everything as far as essential oils. I'm an iridologist and I can read the eyes and tell a lot of these things through there. And I'm a quantum bioenergy practitioner.
All right, Guadalupe, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Guadalupe Reed, and I am also an iridologist. And I have been on the natural path for about 10 years now. I help Laura wherever I can. And really, I would say I'm kind of her apprentice. I kind of learn off of everything she does, and I'm really thankful for her. And we're just on this journey together of trying to heal the world a little, one day at a time, one person at a time.
Yeah, Guadalupe, Laura, I'm so happy to have you on because let me run this down real quick. I was a very healthy person as a boy, in high school, I would say enormously healthy because, I was growing, but I'd had really bad habits, drinking, just promiscuity, and I was in a car accident, on the way to basic training, and I had a severe head injury, and I didn't know what to do, so I just continued self-destruction. And then I started learning from Dr. Morse, Dr. Hyman, Dr. Furman, Dr. Amen, Dr. Sebi, and they totally sent me up your alley. And my girlfriend, who I met, who can relate to me and loves me to death, she has cerebral palsy. And so I found out food was medicine, but I was upset how little information was out there, and I started going on this path. And by the way, just real quick, essential oils are amazing. I'm healing my hair and my skin with, right now it's, rosemary. That's my new favorite. And so please, Laura, give us a quick brush up on essential oils and how you got started in iridology.
Okay. Wow, you have a great story. And it's interesting. I actually went to school for college for architecture and interior design and my own business for many years, but I have a similar story like yours where we don't know until we know how to take care of our bodies, right? I ended up almost bedridden at the age of 22 from a series of pharmaceutical medicines that my doctor left me on for far too long, and ended up with complete adrenal exhaustion and a long list of other ailments. So from that's projected my journey forward on trying to find answers, because the Western medicine world basically told me there was nothing wrong with me. It was all in my head. I was making things up because my blood tests were fine. But also at the same time, they had no idea what adrenal fatigue was, adrenal exhaustion, or even adrenals, and how they played into my body. So I started searching, I started looking for hope and answers, and just started reading everything I could. I was very similar to you. I just started finding some of the good doctors out there that were breaking things open and just telling, nutrition, and you have to take care of your body. You have to bring it back to homeostasis. It will heal. We just have to give it the right tools, right? And along in my journey, I had some really good natural doctors that did a lot of energy work. They did chiropractors that did kinesiology, muscle testing and other really cool things. So that really opened my eyes to a whole nother level of there's more things than putting supplements into your body, than putting medicine into your body, right? So there's other ways to heal the body. And so energy medicine has always been something really interesting to me. But when essential oils came along, they were definitely put into my life by God, because every single thing in my whole life changed once we started using essential oils. My daughter had cancer on her face. She had pre-cancer cells all over her face, and we had them removed. And the doctor came back from the surgery after reconstructing her poor tiny little face at the age of 9 and said, well, we got what we thought we could, but we found 2 more spots on both sides of her face. So instead of making a huge X on her face, they decided just to wait and see. Well, as a mom, I wasn't very happy with the wait and see approach. And I said, well, what can I do holistically? What can I do proactively to be able to help this? And they said, there's nothing. You just wait and see. Well, I didn't take no for an answer, so I found, just had purchased my first essential oil kit. I was kind of skeptic myself. This was a little over 10 years ago. And I pulled out frankincense because I knew it was good for scarring. I didn't know much more about it. I just knew it was good for scarring. And she had this great big inch-long scar across her face. Started applying the essential oils a couple times a day. Went back to her 8-week post-op appointment. And the doctors, this was a university hospital, they started bringing more people in. And I was like, what is going on? Is there a problem? And they said, no, there's no problems, but what have you been doing? And I told them I was using frankincense. And they made some notes, made some more notes, and they said, well, all of her spots are gone that were there before. There seems to be no cancer. They said she's healed amazingly. We've never seen anybody heal this fast, and sent us home. And that was the beginning of explosion of essential oils in our life. I started sharing them with everybody I knew. I started using them on every ailment that I could even think up, and they were working on everything, anywhere from MRSA to ear infections to the common colds and viruses. I mean, you name it, I've helped somebody through it. And then we started merging into more of the emotional side of things, because we didn't have physical issues anymore. And we started merging into diet and nutrition and emotional support with essential oils. So essential oils have definitely become a staple in my practice, and also in my home as far as cleaning, cooking, drinking, applying topically, applying internally. We use them for about everything.
You know, my dear, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you ever use dimethyl sulfur oxide with your essential oils for absorption? Because one thing I found in my walk, my personal health walk, was absorption. Because in the beginning I was like, oh yeah, let me get supplements, I need more nutrition, because that was just common sense. Then random people would interject, oh yeah, well, you can't absorb everything you take in supplement wise or even nutrition wise. So absorption was a real big thing to me early on, and I didn't know very much, but so I found dimethyl sulfur oxide, DMSO, and I started absorbing things to my skin. And I was just wondering, because I'm trying to heal my glaucoma, my nerve damage, through essential oils, through the skin. But I mess up a lot, because there's a lot of essential oils that are highly acidic, just due to their nature, And
right, and that was the next thing I was going to say is there's only a couple of essential oil brands and companies out there that are at the top of the line, which would, to me, be over about a 95 to 97% purity level. The rest have fillers. They have they don't do strategic testing to make sure there's not, say, xenoestrogens coming from the plastic jugs that they use, or there are just even as low as synthetic oils. And so you have to be really careful about what you use. Pure essential oils are plants extracted from the plant, so they should absorb very well. But you're right, when you need to take it to the next level, DMSO is definitely a major thing to do. I'm using some currently to heal a tumor area that I'm working on for myself, and it takes the DMSO to go to put it into the body much deeper. So you're correct, definitely on that one.
And so, I tell people when they're doing this, because I give advice, and I give disclaimers, But I always tell people to fast, because I met people with cancer and they're like, I'm trying everything. And I tell them that they have to fast when they're doing these things. That way the body can absorb the treatments better. And so I like for you to tell the people, because if I say it, it's nothing. But if you, as a third party, third party validation, because a lot of my friends and family are like, no, dude, fasting sucks. And it does. I suck at fasting.
Yes. And that's, I think, the biggest thing is fasting is the fastest way to healing your body. Like, we watch it in our animals. So I live on a 500-acre farm with almost every animal. And when our animals get sick, it's the first thing they do. They start fasting. Because they know intuitively their body's shutting down, and they have to not put more in. We can't put more loads onto the system. And that can even come from good things. Like, you can put too many essential oils, too many supplements, too many good things on top of your system where your body can no longer heal itself. So when we back it all the way up and tune into fasting, then our body will do the thing that it's supposed to do, that it knows to do. It wants to go back to homeostasis. And when it's hard, because the majority of people cannot go straight into dry fasting and hardly even into water fasting, we can start at an easier level with fruit fasting, juice fasting, or green juice fasting.
Thank you. The only problem with that, we're all adults here listening and talking, but I was telling my friend, she's a lady and she's disabled, and I was telling her to fruit fast, and she's doing it, and she had to stop. She was like, Art, I can't do this. The fruit makes me way too frisky, to put it in light terms. But
it's because it's activating all the cells, right? At the nucleus level, it's just saying, woohoo, let's activate this, and that's what fruit does. It gives you instant energy.
Yeah, and so, it's just tough, because a lot of people don't want to hear it, a lot of friends, they're like, well, my doctor said. I had a dear friend, I was trying to help her through cancer, and this is a story I like, I don't use her name, but I'd go to the house and she'd be eating salad, and I'd be like, oh, that's awesome, and then she'd pull out the ranch dressing. I'm doing good, right? And
all in layers, right? We don't know until we know, and that's why I think it's awesome that you're doing these podcasts.
No, because I'm genuinely concerned for the world, not physically healthy, but mentally healthy, because people, they're so unable to critically consider their own shortcomings. Everybody thinks they're right, and everybody thinks that they're not being lied to. So it just makes it hard, because if everybody's doing good, I'm doing good, And
right. In our world, lots of help, you're correct. I agree with that.
After that stroke and head injury, the world just is a horrible place, and I just want to make it better. And the produce, sadly is being poisoned. I can't say that because I'm not a technocrat, I don't have a degree, so I can't make claims like the poisoning the food, it's bad for you. But, from a reasonably intelligent person, I want to say that, but... Do you have a degree in homeopathy? Or is your degree in strictly architecture?
I'm sorry, I think we were cutting out on each other. Will you repeat that?
No, do you have a degree in homeopathy? Or is it strictly in architecture?
I have a degree in architecture. I have a certification in interior design. I have a certification in detoxification specialist and iridologist. I have a certification in quantum energy healing, and I have a certification in holistic nutrition.
Okay, we'll get to Guadalupe in a second. I had a couple questions with my girlfriend, who I'm just so in love with, and I can't get to her over in Europe. I got to get there to marry her. And I've been there a couple times, but so anyway, she has cerebral palsy. What would be the best course of action for her to take to improve her condition?
From what I know, you are studying with all the right people, and Doctor Robert Morse has an amazing protocol that starts with fasting, right? These things. Fruit fasting, I would add herbs in to add the energy to activate the areas that she is deficient in. So I would have the eyes read through iridology to confirm the weak areas in her body that need extra support and need a little extra boosting, maybe some glandulars added in. And then I would, with the scanning system, the thing I love about the quantum energy scanner is it will analyze the body from a whole nother realm. So I love looking at it from iridology, and I love listening to people tell me their health analysis, like, these things are bothering me, this isn't working, because it all fits together like a puzzle. And then with the scanner system, it takes everything and analyzes it from a traditional Chinese medicine standpoint of meridians and terrains and even old emotions and traumas that can filter up the system generations above, and that we pull down, and it can come from parents and grandparents. And they say we hold on to 8 generational patterns of emotional trauma and physical trauma.
Yeah.
So when it takes the scan system takes all of that, and it tries to find what is imbalanced, what is mostly imbalanced in the body, and it will offer a correction within that. And I like to take all of those things and put them together and analyze it to create a custom detoxification plus support plus nutritional package for people.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I want to give Guadalupe like 10 minutes because
yes,
can you
definitely.
please give your information so people get a hold of you, because I personally really want to talk to you outside of this. But go ahead and give your Facebook, email, phone number, whatever you feel comfortable.
Sure. You can find me on Facebook. It's Laura Hemmen, and you can also find my business tagline at Balance Wellness. But the best place to reach me is on my website at www.mybalancedwellness.com.
Beautiful. I'm definitely going to check you out, and I'm going to try and get my girlfriend to look at you, her and her mom. But so one last thing before you go. Like I was saying, these people are skeptic, like, what can you say to try to, usher them towards this direction?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think the biggest thing is really trust in your intuition of your creator. Look at our body and how it's talking to us, and tune into that intuition. We're trained to second guess everything and to only follow what we're told versus trusting our gut instinct, to trust our God, our creator that has made us perfectly. Our bodies know how to heal, but we've overloaded them with so many things. And to really look outside of the box as far as our bodies are okay until they're not okay. And usually when it's that not okay point, it's something big. And why wait until it's the end point? Why not start sooner? Why not start at the beginning and feel amazing every single day? If your body doesn't feel amazing, you're not sleeping amazing, then there's something already off, and you're starting to go the other direction away from homeostasis.
Yeah, and okay, before we end, death is a permanent and irreversible set out of homeostasis, so we really want to stay in balance, yeah. So
and sometimes that you don't know until you know, and that's the end result, right? So sometimes people don't get those signs and symptoms. They just get the final.
Yeah, they just
curtain call, right?
Yeah,
so it's always good to listen to your body. Your body's talking to you all the time. Even if you're fine, I hear so many people say, I'm pretty good, I'm fine, but I have stress, I have anxiety, I have depression, I have low energy, and so is that really fine? We have to look in and truly tune into what is real, what's fine, what's okay, what's not okay, and how do you want to live your life? Are you living your ideal life?
Yeah, and I definitely have a lot more to talk, so we're going to do this again maybe in a couple weeks. Thank you. And
yes, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Dude, you're awesome, Laura. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Guadalupe, you ready?
You. Sure.
All right, so this is your Obi-Wan Kenobi right here, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listening to her speak is like music to my ears.
Yeah, it's third-party validation's good, but when you got 4 people in agreement, it just Now the general manager of the radio station says we like to have people with credibility, when we're talking about these things, because I have friends who just they're like me who don't have a degree and just have really good insight. But you can have all the good insight in the world in this technocratic world, and if you're not a degree, if you don't have a certificate,
right.
So it's
that
really,
people use that as an excuse to not take advice, or not necessarily advice, but just to not feel a certain way, I guess.
yeah. So I'm really happy to be in contact with you guys and be able to share your thoughts in the air.
Yes, likewise.
So
I'm glad you're doing this, and
yeah.
I'm glad you are on with me, and I love it.
Yeah, it's the universe just, whatever forces just, coinophilia, like kind attracts like kind, and I'm happy things work out in the end. But so tell me, how does iridology actually work? Like, what kind of tools do you use to scan the eye? You just get a regular picture, and then a computer program, or what is it? Software?
Some just have the specific cameras for their eye pictures, and some just use a flashlight and cell phones.
Yeah.
Like we have to get the dimensions and the colors, all the fibers. We have to be able to see them as best as we can. No blurry pictures, for a better analysis. And then after we get the picture, we map it out, and then we use our chart, and then we find weaknesses depending on where your lacunas or your darker spots or your raised fibers would be, etc. And after we find the weaknesses, we decide whether you need which systems. Well, we always want to open up the detoxification pathways, because that's what we do. We do regenerative detoxification. So we open up the detox pathways, and then we start the cleansing and hydration of the cells and the body. And then we work on the weaknesses through nutritional diet and herbal protocols. Like Laura said, she does the quantum scan, which I've done. I did it with her, I believe, 1/11/21. So I've had mine done for almost a year. And being how we work with every part of the anatomy, and emotions tie directly into different parts, different organs, different parts of the anatomy, having your body quantum scan and iridology put together is like, it'll blow you away, because the quantum scan will bring up things that nobody else knew about you but you, or traumas, or trapped emotions, or things that you need to let go of that you're not even aware of, that you're still holding on to, but your organs do definitely show that. So once you get, your body all cleaned up and strengthened back up, you want to take care of, or do it together even better. Take care of all the emotional and whatnot, and kind of release everything at the same time, and then move forward and start living your life, like start creating, So that's what we do, and that's what iridology is to me.
I have friends in Europe. Can you accommodate them through, just pictures over?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's cool.
All we would need is the pictures. Sometimes people have to take 5 pictures until we get a decent ones, because we need pictures of both irises. But also Laura's NES scan can do a scan of your voice, and it will bring everything up. And some people can argue awesome. And say that it doesn't work, but after they get the results, they're like, okay, this definitely works. Yeah. And, no one can tell me anything different.
So, my eye is, I said glaucoma, forgive me. So I'm losing I had really brown eyes, right? Real big cow brown eyes. But that brownness is shrinking, it's turning gray. I don't know what that means.
Gray?
Yeah.
It can mean different things. I guess it could be stagnation just from your body not having your detox pathways open, maybe your kidneys and adrenals not working like they should to release mucus and acids out of your body. It can be different things. I would really have to look at it, but I think it's like 98 or even 99% of people's kidneys aren't working as they should. So, and you know, every day we consume things, whether through our skin or, you know, eating and so like the older you get, the more your body holds on to. And like Laura was saying earlier, that fasting is what regenerates the body the fastest, is because you use up what you have and you've been holding on to for a long time. So you got to have those pathways open so that everything can start coming out, you know. And you have to stop consuming for a while. We definitely live in a world where we think we have to be overeating 3 meals a day plus snacks plus whenever I feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, my dad said I eat before I'm hungry. Like my cousin, little fat girl, just pretty girl. I'm like, man, you gotta eat, you know, less. She's like, no, or I need my 3 meals a day. And just, no, you're absolutely right. But here in Colorado, we have this green chili that, you know, it's world-class food, native to, you know, Southwest, and it's made with pig lard. It's so good, but I don't eat pig lard. So, you know, the point, you know, is just that people need to stop eating the good food because, you know, there's good food that's not poisonous, right? Like pickled artichokes, you know, I mean, what do you think about pizza? Is pizza really bad, like, if you make it correctly?
I mean, I don't know. I can't tell people to eat pizza or anything cooked, or I could be not feeling right, you know, but I do believe in balance. We're really big on balance and patience with yourself, and that's probably one of the most important things, is to not be stressing about the choices you make while you're figuring out how to be aware of every choice you make. So I think it's very important to balance everything out. And if you eat a super greasy pizza that instantly gives you heartburn because you're so acidic already, you know, well, you know how that made you feel. You know that that's not good for your body. So next time, try something better, like a more raw type of crust or something. And then the next time, do better, and then better, more better. And your body is ultimately going to start asking you for the better stuff.
You know, Guadalupe, we got 1 minute left. Can you just run down your contact information? We'll continue this in a couple weeks because you and your friend are the most amazing people.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. You can also find me on www.mybalancewellness.com or on Facebook, Guadalupe Reed. For now, I guess we can use those two. I have a link tree, Lupita's Wellness Essentials, but I need to work on that website, so
yeah,
that's all I have.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it, and you know, I hope you guys continue to spread the word about your your businesses, because this is what the world needs.
Thank you, Arturo. Thank you for putting the good word out there for everybody.
Hey, Laura, Guadalupe, we got to do this again, I promise, a couple weeks. But you guys take care and keep in contact. Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.